What young designers really need to know today. The reality, what you're entering. Most people are drawn to fashion because of what they see runways, campaigns, recognition. But what you're entering is not just that, it's an industry. And like any industry, it runs on structure, production, timelines, costs, relationships. And if you don't understand that early, you'll spend a lot of time confused about why things aren't moving the way you expected because talent alone isn't enough. You can design something beautiful, you can have vision, you can even have a strong point of view. But if you don't understand how things get made, how things get sold, how things get sustained, that vision doesn't go very far. The reality is, fashion today moves faster than it ever has. Trends cycle quickly, attention shifts quickly, opportunities appear and disappear quickly. And that creates pressure pressure to produce, pressure to be visible, pressure to keep up. But here's what most people don't realize: keeping up is not the goal, understanding the system is. Because once you understand how things actually work, you stop chasing and you start positioning. That's the difference between reacting to the industry and learning how to move inside it. The foundation, what actually matters. If you're serious about this path, you have to build a foundation that goes beyond design. Start with this: learn how garments are made, not just sketching, not just concept, but construction, fit, fabric behavior. Because once you understand that, your ideas become real. Without that, they stay abstract. Next, understand production, where things are made, how they're made, what it costs, what goes wrong, because things will go wrong. And if you're not prepared for that, you'll take it personally, when really it's just part of the process. Then learn the business, pricing, margins, distribution, because fashion is not just creative, it's commercial. And if you ignore that, you limit your own growth. This doesn't mean losing your vision, it means supporting it, giving it structure, giving it a way to exist in the real world. And finally, pay attention to people, to environments, to how things move, because a lot of what you'll learn won't come from school. It will come from being present, from observing, from listening, and from understanding that experience is part of your education, not separate from it. The shift, what most people get wrong. One of the biggest misunderstandings about fashion is the idea that success comes from being seen, from visibility, from recognition. And while that's part of it, it's not the foundation. Because visibility without substance doesn't last. And right now, a lot of people are focused on being noticed before they've built anything solid. That's where things fall apart because the industry will test you, not just creatively, but practically. Can you produce consistently? Can you deliver on time? Can you adapt when things don't go as planned? Those are the real questions. And they don't show up on social media, they show up in the work. So instead of asking, how do I get attention? Ask, how do I build something that holds, something that can exist beyond a moment, beyond a post, beyond a season? That shift in thinking changes everything because now you're not trying to be part of the noise. You're building something with weight, something that people can return to. And that takes time, which is something a lot of people resist. But time is where clarity develops, where your voice becomes distinct, where your work becomes recognizable. And without that, you're just moving through trends instead of creating something that lasts. The future, what to hold on to. If you want to build a career in fashion today, you need two things: understanding and patience. Understanding of how the industry works, and patience to develop your place within it, because this is not a fast path, even when it looks like it is. The people who last are the ones who stay grounded, who continue learning, who continue refining, who don't lose themselves trying to fit into something that doesn't reflect who they are. Because at the end of the day, fashion is not just about what you create, it's about how you see, how you think, how you translate your understanding into form, and that takes time. So don't rush it. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle, and don't confuse visibility with progress. Focus on building something real, something that reflects your perspective, something that holds meaning for you. Because if it holds meaning for you, it will hold meaning for someone else. And that's where connection happens, not through imitation, but through clarity. And when you reach that point, you're no longer trying to enter the industry, you're contributing to it in your own way. And that's the goal, not just to be in fashion, but to understand it and to move through it with intention.